In the last tutorial, I was talking about what management accounting is. I went over things like how management accounting incorporates costs and cost analysis, and actually sometimes management accounting is interchanged with the term cost accounting. And this presentation is going to have to deal with cost drivers, which is essentially one of the first things you'll have to learn regarding cost calculation. And cost drivers, I've listed the definition right here. And that is, cost drivers are activities that drive up costs and that they're volume related. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's make a fake company and do an example. So let's say we have a company named X. Actually, let's come up with a different company. We'll call it Fadida's Shoes. And I guess Fadida's Shoes creates a bunch of really awesome shoes, really stylish. And of course, with any shoe company, you're going to have people working on your production line, and different companies are going to have many different costs within their company. And in Fadida's Shoes, one of their costs are going to be essentially wages for their workers on their production line. So going back to the definition, I've said cost drivers are activities that drive up costs. So since I've marked here that wages is one type of cost, what would drive up wages? Well, probably number of hours worked. Whoops. Number of hours worked. So depending on how many hours are worked on the production line creating these really awesome Fadida's shoes, it'll affect how much our total wage cost is. Okay, let's try another one. So maybe other than wages, we'll have things like R&D costs, which are research costs, research and development. And they create these shoes. I'm going to try and draw a shoe. Maybe it has the term fat on them. And maybe a good cost driver to show how they drive up research and development costs are number of hours spent on research. So that might be one type of cost driver that drives up research and development costs. Some companies actually use different cost drivers than others. Maybe you have one company that uses that cost driver. Maybe another one uses number of product proposals or products in research and development. So what I'm trying to show here is that cost drivers are not really they're not an exact science. Different companies can use different cost drivers, and actually choosing the right and the most effective cost driver has a big thing to do with this term, which is known as correlation. But correlation is going to be saved for a later tutorial. So essentially, that is essentially what cost drivers are. They're volume related. So what I've listed here is the more hours you work, the more wage cost we'll have, the more hours of research and development, the more research and development cost we'll have, and so on. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to be talking about fixed costs, and I'm going to be talking about variable costs as well. So make sure to subscribe so that you can catch additional videos. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks.